Americans got their relief check a few weeks ago, $1,200 to some households. Some got $1,800, and that week that check got into the U.S., that people got their checks, research showed that online sales went up by 800%.
Wow.
Meaning that people got the money. The first instinct was not to save the money. The first instinct is to stress shop, which is a coping mechanism when people are stressed. So people to spend more in these times, even though it defies logic to spend more during these times. But people in survival mode, basic instinct gets people to spend more. So post-COVID-19, the electric industry may suffer. And this is just what I think. Electric vehicle industry may suffer because people could have lost sense of the importance of what pushed us into going towards electric in the first place. That right now is just reckless consumption that may happen for the next 1 to 2 years, because people will be like, see, let me just survive first. Then the environment will come later. Let's survive first before we start talking about sustainability. Right now, you will notice that the world over, conversations we are having now does not include sustainable consumption of anything right now.
Climate change.
In fact, that consumption, that sustainable consumption or circularity in the economy is not even something we are having conversation about now in the last 3 to 4 months. Right now, the world just wants to survive. They want to repurpose factories to make PPEs and make ventilators, and nobody's even talking about how we properly dispose of the PPEs that are being consumed. Because right now, like I said, the world cannot care less. They can't care less for sustainability. The world cannot care less for. It's only a few people that will remain conscious about this. And I can tell you this, it's also a good opportunity for hybrids and electrics especially. Our voice in that industry must be louder now that the world is quiet than ever.
Yeah.
Our voice, if it is not louder now, we're going to miss out an opportunity to get people to come to terms with the necessity. Because the moment the gate is open again, that the world should go back to whatever it is it wants to go back to, consumption, reckless consumption is what you should expect.
Yeah. Yes. Your conclusion is in terms with my own belief, and some other people have been in talks with. We look at China, for example. China recorded the cleanest air during the pandemic. So they discovered that there were no cloudy smokes and everything. So it makes sense for China to enforce the law of electric mobility right there. Now. If they don't
do it now and they miss this opportunity, people will not appreciate why the law has to come to place.
Yeah. I like we've been saying, it's in the interest of the government if they can invest much in that. And electric vehicle is not rocket science. And this is why we think the Nigerian government should look inward as well. There was an uproar from certain set of people a few months back before we started having these cases of coronavirus in Nigeria, where our lawmakers were warning the government against the acceptance and production of electric vehicle in Nigeria. Now, because they said, according to them, it's dangerous to the Nigerian economy, but they didn't see coronavirus coming. Coronavirus is more deadly and more dangerous to Nigerian economy than the electric vehicle.
It has technically killed the economy, as it were.
So the only way we can see ourselves is that, okay, what is really important to us right now? How do we diversify? I always make an example of Norway. Norway is a small country, though, of 5 million plus population, but they are the first country to have $1 trillion in excess from oil and gas.
Fund.
And I think they contribute between 1 to 2% of the world oil demand. You see?
Yes.
Now, if such country in April last year were selling electric vehicle more than the gasoline vehicle,
Yes.
Why are they not keeping the pot of their soup, which is oil and gas? Why are they not, shadowing it? We need to learn from these people to see how we can diversify the economy and start making things right. So I believe, right, like you rightly said, we should intensify efforts in advocating for it, and that is the only way it cannot die. But then, last few weeks, Tesla had their is it, what do they call it, the profit day or something, where they told us their numbers about their sales in the last quarter, and so far they have clicked on so many conditions or factors. They made some really good income, and they still declared some reasonable profit, though demand is lower, but delivery is higher now. A lot of people are getting their vehicles right now than before. So, generally speaking, if we are not going to be biased about the environmental impact, and I can imagine what your discussion was like with the professor, where we could, move back into this mode of recklessness and say, okay, because everything is now cheap, I mean, that would be so devastating, and it will even undo so many things also. Because I see that COVID-19 doesn't only have the negative aspect.
It does have a lot of positive.
It has positive aspect only for those that are ready to see it. A lot of people are complaining though, but in some aspects, I mean, Mother Nature is happy right now because, I mean, everybody is putting sense. Although a larger percentage of the poor people are complaining of hunger and all other things because, of course, they make their money through daily activities and all of that. So, generally speaking, I think this is the best moment we can switch over. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah. Let me just chip this in. After the Great Depression in America, and the economy started coming back up in America, go and check. Immediately after that was when all the V8 vehicles, big block engine vehicles, Americans started demanding for trucks, SUVs, and the rest. It affected the automotive industry that way because that was where the demand was. In fact, no longer were they buying small cars or small engine cars. They were buying big ones that consume massively. But when the recession hit America again afterwards, you notice what happened. They started buying small cars again.
Yeah.
And the automotive industry started changing towards small cars. And you know what? They got a fantastic opportunity when the EPA, which was what America was able to do successfully, the EPA kept on tightening up the regulations around emission. They kept on tightening it up as opportunity is coming. During the last recession in America was when the EPA gave them a 10-year mark and said, no. In fact, Toyota says that their RAV4 will never come V6 anymore. It's going to come 4-cylinder with turbocharger. Engines are getting smaller now.
And yes,
because of the EPA regulations. Now, the EPA used the opportunity of when that demand was low to quickly put some things in place that will guide the automotive industry in terms of production going forward. And they are yielding results. They are seeing the gains now. But let me draw you back to one thing. When the Volkswagen diesel scandal happened worldwide, I engaged a few people in the automotive policy industry in Nigeria. That time was National Automotive Council before the new one we have now. And then I asked the question. I said, what's going to happen now to all the Volkswagens in Nigeria? And the guys were able to tell me that, unfortunately, they have not broken any law in Nigeria. Because we do not have regulations in place against whatever it is they have done wrong in Europe. And it means that you're on your own in Nigeria if you had any of them.
Sorry, can I quickly say something at this point?
Sure.
You see, the part for Nigeria not to have regulation is a different ballgame. But when we look at the buying strength of Nigeria, even the whole of Africa, for new cars, brand new cars, the whole of Africa is only having 1%. So whatever vehicle we are having here is maybe out of warranty. Of course, must be out of
Yes.
warranty once you take it away from the country of purchase. So we don't have any
Yes.
claims to anything, not any malfunction, not
Anything.
anything. So, I mean, are we living like human? Really? You can continue, really.
So basically, that's how I see it. But you do know that there are a few countries in Africa where used cars don't go in. South Africa, for example, you cannot import a Tokumbo car into South Africa. It's only brand new you can use in South Africa. It's only brand new you buy in South Africa. So, and if they have that policy in place, it is driven. And if you look at it, almost every major manufacturer has a plant in South Africa. BMW has, Ford has, Opel has, Volkswagen has, which a lot of them do have. In fact, a number of BMW 3 Series were being exported to America from South African plants.
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
Yes. And South Africa is about the largest producer of catalytic converter in the world because they have the raw natural resources there to make it. And so they are attractive to automakers to come in because catalytic converters are a major component in manufacturing cars and an expensive component as well in manufacturing cars. So you want to get close to your source of raw material.
Yeah.
And that was what happened in the case of South Africa. So we can take a cue from that industry and begin to say, see, let us not make cars because we cannot be sure where the future of cars is going to move towards immediately. But we can do a few things. Let's make spark plugs. Let's make windshields. Let's make leather seats. Let's make some of the materials, instruments, and gauges on the dashboard.
Or the body.
When we begin to make
body parts.
Let's begin to make body parts. Let's make suspension parts. Let's go back to making tires. Let's go back to fabricating rims. When we do this and we begin to supply the automotive industry, it doesn't matter whether industry tilts towards, whether it is electric or non-electric, every vehicle requires body parts.
Yeah.
And plants in Nigeria, are we interested first? The raw materials we are going to use to produce them are still going to be imported. So that's what I think.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I want to take an example from Ghana. I know of Ghana very well. They have some plants as well. They have, I think, for some years, Opel. And because Opel is under, I think, Volkswagen too, right?
Yeah, it's under GM.
Under GM, okay. But I know they have Volkswagen factory. Yeah. And I was listening to the CEO of Volkswagen who said their future is mainly electric right now.
Yes. Because Volvo has said the same thing as well.
Because of the
Volvo, BMW, the future is, but Volvo has said from this year, none of their vehicles is going to come fully ICE anymore. The minimum is going to be hybrid electric. Yes. But let me mention this to you. Did you know that when the Volkswagen plant in Lagos was launched in 1975, it had the capacity to produce 6,000 vehicles a day?
6,000
a day.
Wow.
And you know what that factory costs?
How much?
15 million naira.
Okay, let us begin to look at that value right now. How much do you think that will be right now?
Maybe 150 billion.
That's even small. That was even small.
Yes, I understand.
I mean, the pan. At the time, I heard a news that Dangote now bought part of pan in Kaduna or so. I was thinking that something reasonable was going to come out of that, but everything has went silent again.
I think they are making trucks. Okay, yeah, I think it is Anamco he bought this Anambra Vehicle Manufacturing Company or something, where they make trucks. I think he had a major stake in that as well, and they are beginning to make some parts of his trucks. Maybe they are beginning to work on that as well. I think it's Amasco. I can't remember the name of the company now. That he bought over, and they are making some parts of his trucks and his dress in Nigeria.
What will it take? Okay, go ahead.
The thing is, we can't keep doing CKDs only.
Mm-hmm.
We have to fabricate locally
Definitely.
to get real value.
Yeah.
We have to, and 3D printing is helping. Why can't you bring 3D printers in to make this vehicle part and assemble?
You see,
Because something still has to feed the 3D printers, the raw material.
mm-hmm. See, the people advocating for Nigeria has a complex issue really. The people advocating for the not too young to run bill are not doing entirely bad, but because of the quality of youth we are putting forward, or the quality of youth that have learned from these old people, we are not even sure where our future lies. So, I mean, I listened to another news at the time whereby they said they are building an agency for artificial intelligence. I don't know where that is right now, but I can imagine what they call artificial intelligence in Nigeria from the Ministry of Science and Technology. I don't really know what they are looking at. But then we'll begin to hope, and like you said, that we should, as an individual, begin to look forward into individual excellence so that at a point in time we can all come back together and make Nigeria great again. Yes, I want to thank you for this opportunity to speak with you and so much insight. I hope we'll be able to have this conversation going forward next time. If there are any parting words from you, we would like to listen right now, and afterwards we'll close.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And I think that my parting words will be a call to action. Call to action to everybody that gets an opportunity to watch this interview, to understand that the problems of man, according to JFK, are man-made and they can be solved by men. There is no mountain too high for us to climb as people. The reality is that we do not have to reinvent the wheel. The tools we require to do what we need to do are available to us. We need to harness the potentials we have in human capacity, in equipment capacity, and in technology that's available all over the world. We need to collaborate a lot more to solve our common problem, because it's a common problem that is consuming all of us, irrespective of social strata or economic strata that we find ourselves. If the environment is messed up, it is messed up. If the world is in recession, it is effectively in recession. So we need to understand that our future lies in our own hands, and that we need to do a lot beyond personal gains, beyond personal interests alone. Let's look at common good, let's look at common interests, and let's look at what we can do to make our society a better place. If each one of us cleans our side of the table, I can assure you that we're going to have a very clean table at the end of the day by each individual just doing their own part. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. I sorry, pardon me. I don't want us to close without you talking about your company, Auto Clinic. Please, can you talk a little about it before we close finally?
Well, Auto Clinic is a company that we found for the purpose of solving human problems, a lot of human problems actually. We have recently chosen to diversify what we do. We fix cars. Of course, we have an automotive garage. We have an automotive academy, that is an academy for training technicians and people in the automotive ecosystem, where we take courses. Apart from being mechanic, we take courses in fleet management, in workshop maintenance, and all of that. So we have that. We have an arm that we're just putting together now that is going to take care of alternative energy for home use. And we're looking at how we're going to work that. We're working on that presently right now. One major area we're also trying to go into is in the area of circular economy, where we want to remanufacture car parts locally in Nigeria as well. It's one of the things we're trying to do at Auto Clinic. And of course, Auto Clinic with the mechanic, that one is a media platform where we're doing media advocacy through assisting people with information about how to better enjoy their vehicle is one area we're looking in that we have been working on for almost a decade now. We do TV, we do radio, we do the internet. At the same time, we do newspaper publication. We also enlighten the public on the ecosystem we are in. So that's what Auto Clinic really is about. We're working in so many areas of solving the problems of mankind. Beyond cars, we're doing a number of other things.
Well, that's a very good one, and that's what qualifies you for this so good words you've given to us. It's a very good insight. We hope to get in touch with you some other time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
for having me, and good job. What you are doing on your side is amazing. I can tell you this, and I will leave you with these parting words. A mentor of mine once said that if you want to do well in life, be ready to serve people. Gratification can be delayed, but will never be denied.
Yeah.
I want you to keep that at heart, to understand the gravity of what you are doing and where it is going to end up.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know I can always count on you going forward. Yeah.